Archangel Michael says, there's a sound that's about to echo through your world, a trembling voice that will pierce through the silence you've been trapped in for too long. This is not an ordinary call. It carries within it the weight of hidden truths, suppressed feelings, and a revelation that will shake you to your core. You have felt it, haven't you? That restless energy surrounding your days, making you feel like something is about to break open. For nights, your heart has pounded faster for no reason, your hands have trembled slightly when your phone lights up, as if your soul already knows a storm is approaching. This person has been holding back for far too long. They've been pacing their room, wrestling with their emotions, trying to gather the courage to finally speak to you. When they do, their voice won't be steady, it will tremble with fear, regret, love, or even desperation. Archangel Michael says, prepare yourself, for this call is not just words spoken over a line, it is the release of something they have carried inside for months, maybe even years. And when it comes through, it will not only change your understanding of them but also transform the course of your future. It begins quietly, almost like a whisper in your spirit. A strange sensation that makes you glance at your phone more often than usual. You think you're imagining it, but you're not. The heavens are already preparing you for this moment. This trembling voice belongs to someone you know, someone whose presence in your life has never been accidental. Their connection to you was woven long before you ever crossed paths. This is why no matter how far they go, no matter how silent they've been, they cannot stay away any longer. For too long, they've carried the burden of untold words. It's been eating away at them like a fire that refuses to die down. Every day they've wanted to speak, to confess, to explain, but fear kept chaining their tongue. But now, Archangel Michael says, their courage is breaking through those chains, and the trembling voice you will soon hear will hold confessions that no one else has ever been brave enough to tell you. These aren't just casual words, they're drenched in emotion, shaking, quivering, because they know the gravity of what's about to be revealed. As the moment draws closer, you may feel a shift. Dreams may carry hints, showing you blurred faces, ringing phones, and voices calling your name. Signs will appear in the smallest details, a sudden thought of them when you're doing something unrelated, hearing a song that reminds you of an unfinished story between you two. The spiritual realm is aligning everything for this divine conversation. This is not random. The trembling in their voice will be because they're terrified of losing you forever or because they've discovered a truth so immense they don't know how you'll handle it. When you answer that call, you'll hear a pause, an audible moment where their breath catches, their voice cracks, as if they're standing on the edge of a cliff, ready to leap but unsure if the ground will catch them. Archangel Michael says, listen closely in that moment because hidden within their trembling voice is the very answer you've been waiting for, an answer to nights you cried alone, days you questioned your worth, and moments you thought destiny had abandoned you. And when they finally speak, you will feel it, not just hear it. Their words will travel straight into your spirit, bypassing logic, shattering every doubt you've carried. There will be tears, maybe from them, maybe from you, but they will not be tears of pain alone. They will also carry the weight of long-awaited freedom. This call could bring an apology that will melt away years of misunderstanding. It could bring a confession of love, an unspoken longing that's been buried too deep for too long. It could be a desperate plea for help, a warning that will protect you, or a truth that will finally explain why everything had to happen the way it did. Archangel Michael says, no matter what the trembling voice delivers, know this: it has been divinely orchestrated to set you free from chains you didn't even realize were still binding you. The universe has chosen this moment because your heart is now strong enough to handle it, to embrace it, and to step into a higher destiny once you hear it. There's an urgency in this message because timing is everything. The trembling voice cannot stay silent any longer, it is already on its way to you. Picture this: the phone rings, your hand hesitates, your pulse quickens. You don't know why, but you know it's not just a normal call. The atmosphere feels charged, like lightning is about to strike. You answer. There's silence first, you hear a shaky breath. And then their voice trembles, breaking slightly, struggling to hold itself together. It's not weakness, it's the raw, unfiltered weight of truth finally finding its way out. In that instant, your life pivots. It's as if you've been walking in fog for years, and suddenly, clarity bursts through like sunlight. Archangel Michael says, be ready to hold space. The trembling voice you will hear is a sacred sound. It carries healing, closure, and destiny within it. Do not let fear make you hang up. Do not think it's just another call. This is the sound of a soul finally coming forward, ready to mend what's broken, to speak what's been hidden, to connect what was once torn apart. This person's world has been collapsing without you knowing. They've been fighting battles in silence, carrying wounds you couldn't see. And now, they've realized that keeping quiet any longer would destroy both of you. When their trembling voice reaches you, you'll know why heaven had to send this warning today. There's a bigger picture here. This isn't just about a phone call, it's about a divine shift that will align you with your purpose. Every delay, every silent month, every unanswered message, it's all been leading to this one trembling confession. Archangel Michael says, it will take your breath away, but it will also set your soul on fire in ways you've forgotten were possible. And after the call ends, nothing will ever be the same. Doors that were once closed will swing wide open. Chains of regret and confusion will fall to the ground. You'll see the truth so clearly that you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. This trembling voice is not coming to hurt you, it's coming to wake you, to realign your destiny, and to remind you that divine timing never fails. And as this moment draws near, let your heart remain open. Prepare yourself not with fear, but with readiness to embrace the revelation. You have been chosen to receive this call because you are strong enough to hear it, wise enough to understand it, and brave enough to act upon it. Archangel Michael says, "Do not underestimate the power of a trembling voice, for it is through trembling voices that truth is most often revealed." So when your phone rings, answer it. Stand in your power. Receive what's been divinely prepared for you. And know that in that trembling moment, your entire future is being rewritten by heavenly hands. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "There is still more you must understand before the trembling voice reaches you. What you are about to experience is not a coincidence or a fleeting moment. It is a culmination of everything you've been through, every tear you've shed, and every silent prayer you thought no one heard. This person has walked through storms that you cannot see. Their nights have been sleepless, filled with battles of conscience, guilt, and longing. They've tried to ignore the pull of destiny, to suppress the truth, but the divine has made it impossible for them to remain silent any longer. You may think you know what they will say, but Archangel Michael warns, the words you'll hear will carry a depth that you cannot predict. It's not just about reconnecting or confessing. It's about opening a door that has been sealed shut for far too long. This trembling voice will not sound like the confident tone you once knew. It will be fragile, raw, and exposed, because speaking the truth after years of silence is never easy. Yet, within that trembling lies strength, the strength to face you, to face themselves, and to face the divine calling that brought you both to this moment. The heavens are preparing you spiritually and emotionally. You might feel sudden bursts of emotions, unexpected sadness, nervous anticipation, or even an unexplainable calm. These are not random feelings. They are signals that the divine energy surrounding this call is getting stronger. Archangel Michael says, "Trust these signals, for they are guiding you to be present and fully aware when the moment arrives." The trembling voice you will hear may shake, but it will also heal. There are truths you've been denied for too long, truths that will finally be spoken aloud. Secrets will come to light, and clarity will sweep over you like a cleansing wave. Imagine standing in a room that's been locked for years, and suddenly, a key is handed to you. When you open the door, sunlight floods in, revealing everything you couldn't see before. That's what this trembling voice will feel like: illumination, revelation, and freedom. This person has been seeking guidance from above, asking for strength to speak to you. There were nights they almost dialed your number, only to hang up before the call connected. Fear gripped them, not because of what they felt for you, but because they didn't know if you were ready to hear the truth. Now, heaven has made it clear, it's time. Archangel Michael says, "This call cannot be delayed any longer. Destiny has already marked this moment as the turning point of your story." Your connection with this person runs deeper than surface-level interactions. It's spiritual. Souls like yours do not cross paths without reason. And when this trembling voice breaks the silence, you will feel that spiritual bond reignite instantly, as though it had never been broken. Prepare yourself for a flood of emotions. When they speak, their words will touch parts of your heart you thought were long forgotten. It may feel overwhelming, but it is also the healing you have been waiting for. As you wait, do not let fear control your thoughts. There may be moments where doubts creep in, questions of, what if this hurts me, or, what if I can't handle it? Archangel Michael assures you, you are divinely protected, and this revelation is not coming to destroy you, it's coming to set you free. Think of this trembling voice as a bridge being built across a vast chasm that has separated you from truth, peace, and the next chapter of your life. This bridge has been under construction in the unseen realms for months, maybe years, and now, it is finally ready for you to cross. When that phone rings, take a deep breath and answer. Listen, not with your mind ready to respond, but with your soul ready to receive. Archangel Michael says, in the quiver of their voice, you will hear destiny whispering your name. It is a sound that will forever mark your spirit because it carries the weight of divine timing and eternal connection. Archangel Michael says, there is still more unfolding in the unseen that you must know before that trembling voice reaches you. Heaven does not prepare such moments lightly. Every second leading up to this call is part of a divine orchestration designed to heal wounds that have remained open for far too long. This person has been in deep turmoil. Each night, they've stared at their phone, their finger hovering over your name, trembling with the weight of what they need to say. They have drafted countless messages they never sent, recorded voice notes they deleted out of fear, and shed tears that you never saw. Archangel Michael says, this is why their voice will tremble when they finally speak to you. It's the sound of a soul breaking free from chains it has carried for years. It's not weakness, it's the raw, unfiltered power of truth trying to find its way to you. Every moment of silence between you two has been a build-up to this moment. The heavens have held back this revelation until now because the timing had to be perfect. Your heart had to grow strong enough to receive it, and their courage had to be forged through fire to deliver it. You may not see it yet, but their life has been unraveling behind the scenes. Choices they made, mistakes they couldn't undo, and paths they thought were right, all of it has led them to one conclusion: they cannot move forward until they face you and release what's been buried. This trembling voice carries redemption. It is the sound of someone ready to confess what they've hidden, ready to pour out feelings they've locked away, ready to mend what they shattered, or reveal what destiny itself has kept hidden. Archangel Michael says, when they speak, your spirit will recognize the truth instantly. No matter how surprising their words are, your soul has been waiting for this confirmation. Even before this moment arrives, heaven has been preparing your environment. You might notice strange signs, your phone lighting up for no reason, sudden chills in the air, or a deep knowing that something monumental is about to happen. These are angelic whispers, aligning your energy to receive the call without fear. Picture it vividly: the phone rings. It's not just any call, it feels different, like the air shifts around you. You hesitate for a moment, sensing the gravity of what's about to happen. When you answer, there's silence first, then a shaky breath. Their voice cracks, not because they're unsure of what to say, but because the emotions inside them are too heavy to hold steady. It's a trembling born from love, regret, truth, and divine intervention all at once. Archangel Michael says, in that moment, your past, present, and future will collide. Every unanswered question, every sleepless night, every unspoken feeling will start to make sense as their trembling voice lays bare what's been hidden. Tears may fall, not just from you, but from them too. It's not a sign of pain alone, it's a release of spiritual weight that has been suffocating both of you for too long. Do not underestimate the power of this call. It's not just communication, it's transformation. After this trembling voice speaks, doors that were sealed shut will swing open. The spiritual chains binding you to confusion, heartbreak, or uncertainty will fall away. This moment is divinely timed. If it had come sooner, you might not have been ready. If it had come later, the opportunity for healing might have passed. Heaven has orchestrated it perfectly to ensure that what's revealed will bring freedom, not chaos. Archangel Michael says, you are stepping into a chapter where truth will no longer be hidden from you. This call is heaven's way of ensuring that you walk forward in clarity, strength, and divine alignment. Prepare yourself, beloved soul. When that trembling voice reaches you, it will not just speak to your ears, it will resonate deep within your spirit, rewriting your destiny with every quiver of its sound. Archangel Michael says, there is still more hidden in the heavenly blueprint that you must know. This moment is not arriving in haste, it has been divinely delayed, woven carefully through countless unseen battles, so that when the trembling voice finally reaches you, it carries not just words, but a divine power that shifts reality itself. You must understand the depth of what this person has endured in silence. Nights where they clenched their fists, unable to dial your number because fear gripped their chest like a vice. Days where they rehearsed what they would say, only for their courage to shatter as soon as they imagined your voice on the other end. Archangel Michael says, heaven has been whispering to them relentlessly, nudging their soul toward truth, breaking down walls they built around their own heart. Every step, every delay, every sleepless moment has been leading them to this exact point where silence is no longer an option. And yet, they tremble. They tremble because the weight of destiny feels enormous. They know that once they speak, there is no turning back. Their words will not just enter your ears, they will unlock doors that have been sealed for ages, revealing secrets that even the strongest storms could not wash away. In this sacred alignment, you too have been prepared. Think of the times you felt inexplicable sadness or waves of sudden emotion that seemed to come from nowhere. Those were spiritual signals, a subtle preparation from divine hands ensuring your heart would not collapse under the weight of what's coming. The trembling voice carries fragments of your own story too. Their revelation will reach into moments of your past you thought you understood and show you an entirely new truth. It will bring closure to wounds you carried unknowingly, wounds that shaped your path but never defined your destiny. Archangel Michael says, "There is no coincidence that you are receiving this message now. It is a divine alert, a gentle but firm hand resting on your shoulder, telling you to brace for a miracle disguised as a trembling confession." You might feel restless, unable to sleep, pacing the room or constantly checking your phone. These are not random actions, they are your spirit aligning itself with the incoming energy of this call. Heaven wants you still, alert, and ready, because when the moment comes, everything will feel like slow motion. Picture it again, your phone lights up, not with a typical notification, but with an aura of urgency you can almost feel through the air. The name flashes across the screen, and in that split second, your heartbeat echoes louder than it ever has before. When you answer, silence greets you first. A silence so thick, you could hear a pin drop. And then, like a fragile glass cracking under pressure, a voice emerges, trembling, breaking, yet carrying a force that shakes your very soul. Archangel Michael says, "This is not weakness, it is truth trying to fight its way through a wall of fear and uncertainty." This person knows that every syllable they speak could change your life forever. The words may come slowly at first, stammered and hesitant. But with every breath they take, you'll feel the veil of secrecy lifting, allowing you to see clearly for the first time in a long time. This trembling voice may bring confession, of love, of regret, of mistakes that tore you apart. It may bring apology, a heartfelt plea for forgiveness that has been trapped in their chest for years. Or it may reveal a divine secret, something so powerful that it explains every heartbreak and every unanswered question you've carried. Whatever it is, Archangel Michael assures you, it is meant to set you free. The heavens have promised that this revelation is not to harm you, but to liberate you from chains you've worn for far too long. When the call ends, you will not be the same. The trembling voice will linger in your heart, not as a haunting echo, but as a sacred melody reminding you that destiny always finds its way to those chosen to walk in truth. And as you stand in this new light, you will understand why it took so long, why it had to happen this way, and why heaven chose now to send this message. Archangel Michael says, the heavenly realm is still speaking, still revealing layers of truth about this trembling voice that has not yet reached your ears. Do not think for a second that this is just a phone call. No, this is a divine turning point, a moment that angels have been guarding, shaping, and guiding since the day your soul's path was first written. This person has been trapped in a web of emotions that they never dared to untangle. Imagine a heart carrying 1,000 unsent letters, a mind haunted by the weight of every missed opportunity to speak the truth. They've walked through fire in silence, terrified of what would happen if they called, but even more terrified of what would happen if they didn't. Archangel Michael says, this is why their voice will shake. It's not just fear of your reaction, it's the release of years of inner battles finally spilling into the open. The trembling is not weakness, it is the sound of chains breaking, of a spirit finally stepping into its divine assignment to speak truth into your life. And heaven has been watching every second of this. Angels have stood beside them as they wrestled with guilt and regret. Every night they picked up the phone and set it back down. Your guardian angel whispered your name in their dreams, urging them to be brave. You may wonder why heaven is so invested in this call. It's because this moment is not just about closure, it's about realignment. Your life has been out of balance for too long because of truths left unspoken. Think of every sleepless night you spent wondering why things unfolded the way they did. Think of every tear you shed, every moment you doubted yourself. Those were not wasted emotions, they were signals, a spiritual cry for resolution that heaven has finally answered through this trembling voice. Archangel Michael says, you will feel the divine energy when this happens. Your spirit will recognize that this is not an ordinary conversation, but a heavenly orchestration meant to place you back onto the path designed for you from the beginning. And when it begins, your heart will pound louder than ever before. The atmosphere around you will shift. Even before they speak a word, you will know, you are standing in a sacred moment, where truth descends like lightning from above. The person on the other end of the call knows they cannot undo the past. They know they cannot rewrite history. But what they can do, what they must do, is finally tell you what they've been hiding, so that you both can walk into a future unchained by old shadows. Archangel Michael says, do not fear the trembling sound, for within it lies the doorway to healing. The broken tone of their words will carry a purity that steady voices never could. It will pierce through walls you've built around your heart, melting pain that years could not erase. As they speak, you will begin to understand why heaven delayed this moment. You needed strength. You needed clarity. And they needed courage forged in fire to ensure that when they finally spoke, they would not falter or hide again. When the call ends, you will both feel lighter, as if invisible weights have been lifted. And though tears may fall, they will be tears of release, tears that cleanse your spirit and make way for miracles to flow. Archangel Michael says, this trembling voice carries not just a message, it carries divine timing, heavenly power, and a spiritual key that will unlock the next chapter of your destiny. Even now, angels are standing around you, whispering peace into your soul, preparing you to receive this call without fear. You might feel strange warmth on your hands, see repeating numbers, or hear songs that remind you of old memories. These are signs. The unseen realm is aligning everything for the perfect moment. When it comes, answer bravely. Speak from your heart. Know that this is not just someone talking to you, it is heaven delivering a message through trembling lips that could no longer stay silent. And as you listen, you will feel your future being rewritten by divine hands, your path illuminated by truths you've been waiting your whole life to hear. Archangel Michael says, "Now the heavens open further, revealing the next wave of truth about what this trembling voice will bring into your life." You've been sensing the build-up for some time now, a weight in the air, a strange pull in your spirit, dreams that feel too real to ignore. These have all been preparing you for this divine moment. The person behind this trembling voice has not been living in peace. Their life has felt like walking barefoot over broken glass every single day they stayed silent. Every attempt to hide the truth has only deepened their torment. They have been carrying a secret that burns within them like fire, and it has taken everything inside them to hold it back this long. Archangel Michael says, when they speak, you will feel every ounce of their struggle vibrating through the crack in their voice. They are not just calling to speak, they are calling to release the pain that has been eating away at both of you. And as their trembling words spill out, a spiritual weight will lift off your shoulders too, even before you fully understand the meaning of what they are saying. This call is not only about words, it is a sacred exchange of energy. As you listen, old chains will snap, and invisible barriers will shatter. Divine light will pour into places in your heart you've tried to keep hidden, places where past wounds have lingered like shadows. You may wonder what exactly they will reveal. Heaven shows that their trembling voice will carry 3 layers of truth, each one more powerful than the last. The first truth will shock you. It is something you thought you knew but will realize you misunderstood all along. This revelation will change the way you look at past events, the way you view this person, and the way you understand your own journey. The second truth will pierce your soul with both pain and relief. Pain, because it will reveal why things went wrong, why certain heartbreaks had to happen. Relief, because you will finally understand that it wasn't your fault, that destiny had been protecting you all along, even when it felt like abandonment. And the third truth. Archangel Michael says, this is the one that will transform everything. It is the truth that will mend what was broken, rekindle what was lost, or ignite a future that neither of you thought was possible anymore. It is the truth heaven has been holding back until this precise moment in time. As they speak, you will feel your body react. Your hands may tremble, your heart will race, and tears may stream down your face uncontrollably. But these will not be tears of weakness, they will be tears of release, tears that cleanse your soul and prepare it to receive divine healing. Archangel Michael says, do not interrupt them when they speak. Let them pour out every word, even the ones that sting. Because in the trembling sound of their confession lies a thread of light that will weave itself into a new tapestry for your future. The conversation will feel timeless. Minutes may pass like hours, hours like mere seconds. It will be as if heaven suspends time itself so that nothing interrupts this divine exchange. Even the air around you will feel still, charged with energy you've never experienced before. And when the final words are spoken, there will be silence again, but this silence will not be heavy. It will be peaceful, warm, like the soft glow of dawn after a long, dark night. After this call, your life will never return to the same routine. The trembling voice will not just change the relationship you have with this person, it will shift the direction of your destiny. Paths that were once blocked will suddenly clear. Miracles that were delayed will begin to flow into your life effortlessly. Archangel Michael says, this call is the key to unlocking blessings you prayed for but thought heaven had forgotten. In reality, nothing was forgotten. Everything was waiting for this divine moment of truth, where healing could finally be released into your life like a river breaking through a dam. Even the person who calls you will not be the same after they speak. The trembling in their voice is not just fear, it is the sound of their soul being reborn. And because of this moment, they too will step into a new life, one aligned with honesty, courage, and divine purpose. This is why heaven has been urging you not to miss this call. This is why your spirit feels restless, why every sign seems to point toward something monumental. It is because this trembling voice will deliver the miracle you didn't know how to ask for but have always needed. Archangel Michael says, we now approach the heart of the message, the divine moment where the trembling voice finally reaches you. Everything leading up to this has been preparation, a softening of your heart, a strengthening of your spirit, and a breaking down of invisible barriers that once made this conversation impossible. Picture this moment clearly. The day begins like any other, yet something feels different in the air. The sky seems quieter, the wind carries a strange warmth, and even the sounds around you feel muffled as though heaven itself is holding its breath. Your phone is within reach, and though you tell yourself not to expect anything, deep inside you already know, it's coming. Hours pass, and then it happens. Your phone lights up with a name that sends a shockwave through your chest. The world feels like it stops moving. Time slows. Your heart pounds so loudly that you can hear it in your ears. Archangel Michael says, this is the moment heaven has orchestrated, and nothing can stop what is about to unfold. With trembling hands, you answer. At first, there's silence. The line crackles softly, and you hear the faint sound of someone's breath, unsteady and hesitant. It's not the confident tone you remember. It's fragile, breaking, as if their soul itself is trembling while trying to reach you. Then, a quivering voice speaks your name. Just one word, your name, and instantly, you feel years of pain, longing, and hidden truth flooding through that single sound. Tears well up in your eyes before you even understand why. Archangel Michael says, this trembling voice is not just sound, it's energy, a direct current from one soul to another, charged with everything they've never been able to say. They struggle at first. Words falter, sentences break apart. You can hear them swallowing hard, their breath catching as they try to steady themselves. And then, slowly, the truth begins to unravel. The first truth, the shock they reveal something you never expected, an event from the past, a decision they made, or a truth they hid from you that changes everything you thought you knew. As they speak, your emotions swirl, shock, confusion, even disbelief. But underneath it all, there is a strange sense of recognition. Something inside you whispers that this is the missing puzzle piece you've been searching for. Everything that once felt chaotic suddenly begins to make sense. Archangel Michael says, though this first revelation may shake you, it is necessary. It is the crack through which divine light will begin to pour into your story. The second truth, the pain and relief their trembling voice deepens. You can hear tears now, and it pierces your heart like a blade made of sorrow. They confess the reasons behind their silence, the struggles they faced alone, the nights they nearly broke down but couldn't reach out. It hurts to hear it. Pain grips you as you realize how much suffering was buried beneath their silence. Yet, with every word, relief spreads through your soul, because you finally know the truth. You finally understand that what happened was not because you were unworthy, but because destiny had its hand in it all along. Archangel Michael says, this truth is meant to wash away guilt, to cleanse you of false blame, and to heal the scars that silence once deepened. The third truth, the transformation their voice steadies slightly now, still trembling but carried by courage they didn't know they had. This is the revelation heaven has been holding back until now. They speak of a future, of steps they are ready to take to make things right, of a divine connection they can no longer deny. Whether it is love reborn, forgiveness long overdue, or a promise to rebuild what was broken, this truth is the key to unlocking your destiny. You feel it immediately. A warmth floods your chest, your tears turn from sorrow to release, and you sense angels surrounding you as this final revelation seals itself into your soul. Archangel Michael says, this is the moment of transformation. The trembling voice becomes the voice of destiny itself, guiding you both into a new beginning that heaven has blessed. The call ends, but silence does not follow. Instead, there is a divine stillness, a peace you've never felt before. You realize you are breathing differently, lighter, freer. The weight that sat on your heart for so long has dissolved like mist in the morning sun. This moment has changed everything. Not just your relationship with this person, but your entire future. New opportunities will emerge, divine blessings will flow without resistance, and miracles that were once blocked will now reach you effortlessly. Archangel Michael says, heaven is rejoicing, for a truth once buried has finally been spoken, and a soul once trembling in fear has now aligned with divine courage. From this day forward, you will never look at silence the same way again. You will know that even in trembling voices, there is power. In divine timing, there is perfection. And in truth spoken from the depths of the soul, there is freedom that no force can ever take away. Archangel Michael says, "The story does not end with the trembling call, it is only the beginning of a divine unfolding that will transform your days, your nights, and your destiny itself." After the call ends, you sit in stillness, phone resting in your hand, your heart beating differently than before. The weight you once carried has lifted, but your body feels as though it just passed through a storm of energy. The tears that rolled down your face have dried, yet their warmth still lingers on your cheeks. In the hours following the call, heaven continues working around you. You notice subtle shifts, a soft glow in your surroundings, the gentle presence of angels wrapping you in unseen wings of comfort. Every sound feels clearer, every breath feels deeper, and your spirit feels like it has awakened from a long slumber. Archangel Michael says, "You are stepping into a new spiritual frequency now, one where truth has cleared the path for miracles to flow freely. What was once delayed, blocked, or hidden will now begin to move with divine speed." The first 24 hours, the spiritual signs in the first day after the trembling voice reaches you, signs will appear that confirm heaven's hand in this transformation. You may see repeated numbers on clocks, receipts, or messages, angelic codes reassuring you that you are aligned with destiny. You might hear songs or phrases that echo the very words spoken during the call, as though heaven itself is sealing the truth into your reality. Even nature will respond. Birds may sing unusually close to you, a breeze may brush against your face carrying warmth and peace, or the night sky may shine brighter than usual. These are not coincidences. Archangel Michael says, these signs are heaven's way of saying, "It is done. The healing has begun." Days later, the emotional shifts as days pass, your emotions shift like never before. The pain that once made your heart heavy feels foreign, as if it belonged to another lifetime. You may find yourself smiling for no reason, waking up with a sense of hope you haven't felt in years. Your connection to this person strengthens, even in silence. Whether they reach out again immediately or need time to process what was said, you feel a deep, unbreakable bond, a knowing that destiny has tied your souls together for a higher purpose. Archangel Michael says, your inner strength will bloom during this time. Where fear once controlled you, faith will now lead. Where doubt whispered lies, clarity will now speak truth. Weeks later, the divine alignment in the weeks following the trembling call, divine alignment becomes undeniable. Situations that seemed impossible to fix suddenly resolve. People who once stood in opposition soften their hearts. Opportunities that were shut away for years come rushing back into your life. The person who made that trembling call begins to transform as well. Their courage grows, their actions align with the truth they finally spoke, and step by step, they begin walking toward the destiny that heaven had prepared for both of you. Archangel Michael says, this is not just a reunion of words, it is a reunion of souls, a divine recalibration that will lead to blessings beyond your imagination. You may be guided to meet this person face to face after the trembling call. And when that moment arrives, it will feel as though angels are surrounding you both. There will be no fear, no uncertainty, only a profound peace and a recognition that destiny has finally caught up to you. This meeting will not feel like starting over. It will feel like continuing a story that heaven paused until the perfect moment.